everyone, it is Susie and welcome back. I hope everybody is doing fantastic. I have a couple of fall journal shares here. This one here looks, the cover is pretty much like I made the last cover when I used the autumn vibes. I used another one of the sunflower sunbursts there. I don't have any more of these in the shop yet. Unless by the time I get this video posted, Sharon has some more in there. Right now all I have is the regular sunflowers. The sunburst sunflowers have the little lighter tips on the petals, and they're a little more orange, I believe. But anyway, as of today, when I am doing this video, I am out of those. So thank you all for purchasing those. They are a fun flower, and I can't wait to get some more back in the shop. So I have another little journal as well. This is My Porch Prints here, and the one that I have that's grungy is VintageByMe. It is one of her fall or autumn collections. So anyway, just real fun. I'm going to go through these. Can't wait to get my pumpkin and spice done. I actually had to make a journal, a fall journal for a journal swap we're doing over at Sophie's Notes. I'll kind of give you a sneak peek of it, maybe. It is not grungy, but here's like a little sneak peek. So anyway, this paper collection is so fun, but that's a little sneak peek of a journal that I'm working on, or I just finished up for swap over at Sophie's Notes. But anyway, and my pumpkin and spice journal that I'm working on now will also be just that clean, crisp, lined, no grunge, and it will just be, the paper's beautiful, so it will turn out really well, I have a feeling. So anyway, let's get into the journals. I think I'll start with the little one because that's what I like to do first, is start with the little ones. And this is My Porch Prints, and I do not remember the name of the collection, but you can go fall or autumn and you'll find it. I will put her link in the description box so that you can head over to her shop if you're looking for something like this. These two journals were actually kind of the journals that I used for the swaps that we are doing over at Sophie's Notes. They were kind of based off of the idea that I had for those swaps. So anyway, that's why I have these two. This is like a stuffed envelope. There are two envelopes that have been stuffed kind of in the pockets. So anyway, this is a new stamp that I got from Red Lead. I love this stamp. I have been using it or trying to use it on my journals. It's just a little journal stamp, like with the definition. And so I've been using this. I did this one on some crinkly paper, but I love the journal stamp, and I thought it makes a nice little back, if you want to call it like a back plate, you know, a back decoration there. I just thought it worked good for the back of the journal, so I always try to put something in the back, and that just makes a really fun addition. So on the front, I just made a little, there's a little piece of masking tape. I just made a little booklet kind of, and then I stitched around this little phrase. Of course, these are from Mrs. Coggs. These are the, I believe they're the autumn phrases or fall phrases or something. For me, I just really enjoy her quotes and words. So here is the envelope from My Porch Prints, and these of course are all cut out. This here I have just added a little journaling paper. So there is that. I have just stitched around these, nothing real special about them, but I have just kind of stitched around them. Thought they would make really cute just journaling sheets, so that goes in here. That's the one thing I like to do, is have plenty of journaling space in a journal. So anyway, that's what a journal is supposed to be for you to journal in. So here's another little envelope that I have fussy cut from the collection, and I have simply just made another little journaling spot there. And those just kind of stuff in the front part of the envelope. Okay, so there are those. And then in the back, I also have, of course, the pocket. Here's just a really large tag that was in the collection. And then here is, I've just added a couple of little photo. I did use some of the Patty's stains on there. I have still been playing with that. I really do like that. It gives photos that I print out on my regular paper. It just gives it that kind of a vintage old feel to it. And there's that. I have really been having fun with that. So those just sit in the back. And then I have made my spine out of fabric. Fabric to me just holds up better. So I have made a fabric spine. Did a little collage here. Another little quote by Vincent van Gogh. There. And I love this paper. This paper is so cute. Of course, I have printed it out on the coffee or tea stained paper. So, made it a little darker. And I have some that is not printed that way. So, here is just another little journaling sheet. Here is a little altered envelope. I fussy cut some of the mushrooms out of the paper. This here is just a journaling paper that I kept like the envelope. I'll add a little paper clip to that to kind of keep it shut. So, and that just fits in the envelope. I've got the word gather there. Here is just a, here's kind of like I said, you know, it just makes those, using Patty's stains there, it just kind of gives that an old vintage feel. And then the envelopes here I have actually lined, so they're really, these really came out thick. I have lined this just with some of the tea stained paper. And then I wanted to add something a little different, so this is just like a journaling paper. I stitch a little photo in there just for something different, for a change, instead of making the little booklets. I just thought that would be a nice change. And then this, of course, is my tea stained or coffee. I'm not sure which one this was. Seam binding. Here's a pocket from the collection there. And I added a little image from the collection. And then this, I just added a little tiny booklet for some journaling. And then some ribbon there, of course, in our fall color. Added a little snippet there. Just did a little collage here. And like I said, all my photos have been stained with Patricia's stain there. And another printout from the collection. Here's a pocket. I have autumn years I've cut out of the quotes. And there's another just little photo I've tucked in, and a tag just to sit in the pocket there. And then here is another one of the little polycylinders. Now this one I did line with the stained paper, so it came out really thick. This is just like a little journaling card there. Those are super thick that I lined. Super, super thick. And then this here was kind of fun. I took one of those windowed envelopes and I just made like a just a little journaling flip, and then I actually glued that to the back side of the window. Thought that was kind of fun. And then in this pocket I've added just another little journaling paper there for a person to journal on. Just a little fun. I just can't believe it's already fall. It's just amazing to me how fast this year has gone by. To be such a crazy year, it really has, well, it is going by really fast. Hopefully 2021 is a much better year than this year. Here is another piece of the paper there from that collection. This, I just left it for another journaling spot. I think that's fun just to leave that envelope open and kind of have like a little hidden journaling there. I think that's super fun. Here's another little lined policy envelope here. And I made just a little journaling paper there. So if you wanted to put something in those, that's really heavy. Those came out just really heavy, lined. And then this here, I did something kind of a little different. I actually, this is just an envelope, and then I took and just made a little booklet to put in it. I kind of run the image on both sides there, and you could journal on the back of the, this is actually the front of the envelope, and there you could also journal there if you wanted to. So just did something a little different there with an envelope. Oops, I'll try to keep my my little bow straddled there. And then here I've just got a collage, squash. I just cut it out of the words or the quotes there. I added some twill seam binding there. Just a kind of a nice little collage. There is another little image there from the collection. And then here is another one of the envelopes that I didn't copy on stained paper. It is a lined one, so it's nice and thick. And I did the same thing. I just added a piece of journaling paper there with one of the photos. And just sits in your envelope. And then I added that photo there. Just clip kind of that little photo on there. And some of the scrunchy paper there. And there is the back. Up, and I forgot to put something in that pocket. So that will have something. I'm not sure, but there'll be a little booklet or something there. And there is that journal. This is will be in the Etsy shop, and it is a stuffed envelope journal is what it will be called. So there is that. Now for my grungy one. This is of course with the VintageByMe digitals, which I love. I love VintageByMe digitals. Most of them are already in the grungy tones, and so I love that. This here, I will probably try to get the journal. I didn't put one on here. I will try to get that put on the back of there. And here is the spine. This is 3 signatures. It's very chunky. This is actually some very vintage lace. So I use this so sparingly. I don't know. I'm a hoarder of vintage lace. I have it everywhere. And anyway, I just love it. When I see it, it has to come home with me, it seems like. I cannot leave it behind. So just kind of like buttons, vintage buttons. I can't seem to leave them behind. if I run across some really cute old porcelain, especially mother of pearl buttons. So this here, like I said, is kind of like the cover that I did on the previous journal, the Autumn Vibes, the grungy one that I made. I just love this. Oh, and the little background is one of those tune decks, song decks cards that Donna Little had. She had sent me. Now, she does sell on her channel, guys, and I think I seen she had laces, vintage laces, this last week or a week before. And so go over and check out her channel. She does sell on her YouTube channel, so be sure and go over and check her out. Even if you see something on previous videos, just email her or message her or comment on the video. And she might still have some of what she's selling. So, you know, just reference the video that you saw it on, and, you know, maybe she'll have it and you can get your hands on some. So these are the tune decks or song decks cards. I think they're tune decks is what they're called. And so they are vintage. This one is May of 1948. And so I used it for a background. I still have a fun project in mind for these, but excuse me, I haven't had the time to get to it yet. So, but I do have a fun project in mind for those. This here was based off a journal that I wanted to make an idea for our Sophie's Note Swap. So everything in this journal is going to be something that I've altered. Like this pocket is an altered vintage flash card. Of course, the VintageByMe digitals, aren't they adorable? Here is a little booklet. This one here, I kind of just did something fun. Just thought it'd be fun to do something a little different. So there's a little fun fold. And that sits in the pocket. Of course, I love, love, love the VintageByMe. Just love her digitals. And then I've added some brown, silk. I've added a little bit of a different color there of seam binding, and of course the coffee dyed seam bindings there. This here is an altered paper clip. You can see it there. And then I've just added a little journaling paper. Now each thing usually will have a leaf stamped on it. I try to stamp a leaf on most of my booklets and things like that. So here is a stained square doily I put in. Here is just an altered pharmacy prescription, and I still do have some of those in the shop. Those are really fun, and I did use some of the stains on it. And here is another fun image from the VintageByMe. Lots of places for journaling. Here is an altered envelope. This one is like a glass seam type envelope. And here I have a piece of journaling card that says pumpkin. And there are some leaves at the bottom that I have stamped on. And of course, this sounds really, really crinkly because not only is it the glass seam envelope, but because it's been kind of stained there with the coffee stain, it really crinkles nicely. I added a little twill as a background, and then of course a quote there from the phrases and quotes about fall, and then some pumpkins there. And then here is another fun image, and I love the greens in the pumpkins, and like the sage colors. Here is that other piece, other half of the square doily. Here is a fun altered check from the First National Bank. Little mushroom. This is from, of course, Tim Holtz. I added one of the coin, 1.5 inch coin holder there. I was out. I do have this restocked now back in the shop, the 1.5 inch hole. And then I have some that are just an inch. So there is that. I thought that was fun. And then I backed it in some of the crinkled paper. And then I don't think I had, no, I didn't think I had anything on there. And then here is an alterations tag and just a glassine bag. Here is another booklet. I maybe added a little word acorn there and gourd. And anyway, it's just a little booklet. And then this is just a little altered glassine envelope. Now these are really fun. I actually altered some little Vanity Fair tags. Now I just listed these in the shop just about a week ago. And those are super fun. But they are vintage. I found these in my travels in Oklahoma. Somewhere around Chelsea. Arvanita. In there was a store that had closed, and those were some tags that a gentleman had picked up that has a antique shop down that way. So I scooped those up, and so anyway, I do have those in the shop. They are just fun. I'll kind of show you how they come. I think I have some behind me. Another altered paper clip there. There is the middle of the second signature. Another alterations tag. Well, it's not really too altered. I've got a photo on it. Another paper clip that I've just put a little image on. What I had done is just scaled down some of the images, very, very small, from VintageByMe. Here is just an altered computer time card for a business there. And then I've stamped a leaf on some journaling paper. There's another little, oh, there's the little journal stamp. I actually put it in there. That's probably why I didn't put it on the back. So I'll probably leave that off the back since I do have it in there. And then here is just a pocket I have made. And this is a little booklet. Just wanted to do something, you know, a little different. I kind of get tired of doing the same thing all the time. So here is like a little vintage tag. And then here I've just added a little journaling paper. And that is just a pocket that kind of sits in that little booklet. And then just sits in this glassine bag. And of course here I've done a little collaging, a little fun collaging there. Another one of the really pretty images. Love those pumpkins. And I'm going to reach back and I'm going to show you those Vanity Fair. This is how they come. They're all stringed already. And they just come apart like that. But these are so fun. And anyway, they were just out of a department store or some store is what the gentleman told me. So anyway, aren't those fun? I love them. And those just made those teeny tiny tags. And anyway, they were just fun. Here is a little booklet that I have gotten. Tucks in another altered paper clip. That's all that is just an altered paper clip there. But I got a little bit of a orange lace there, a light orange lace. That just came out so pretty. I love those altered paper clips. I don't make those very often, so I just find them to be fun though. They are truly a fun little project to do. Here is just another one of the altered envelopes. I just did a little collaging on this one. And then I made this like a little flip notepad, and then of course did a little stamping with the leaves on it and such. This actually is a old Stampin' Up! Stamp. I think I found it at a sale or some kind of garage sale, or maybe an estate sale or something like that some time back. And then here is, I put the vintage buttons, and I did put these on each center of each signature there. This here is kind of like a double little thing. I've got this is the other part of that altered computer time card. And then I added just a little journaling space there, and it sits in this altered glassine bag. And then this is just some little journaling paper from the collection that sits in there. So, and this is another little fun image from the collection. Here I've altered just a craft food grade bag, so it's kind of got that coating on the inside of it. Falling leaves is what I added there, just some of those little stitched fragments. And then here's just some little leaves I've stamped in there. That's always a fun image right there. That's so cute. It's like a little wreath. Super cute. And then this is just a little trifold, I believe. Oh, it just opens up like that. So, just kind of like an accordion fold, with a little quote on it. And here is an altered bingo card. This is one of the thicker bingo cards, vintage, kind of very vintage. And I added some little washi tape there on it. Journal on the back would be fun. And then we're getting to the end, and here I've made a pocket with like a number 10 windowed envelope. I added another little vintage looking, the VintageByMe journaling, and this is just an old index, some kind of index card there with the letter N on it. And anyway, that just goes in the pocket. And there is the VintageByMe journal. So anyway, guys, these are going to be in the Etsy shop. They will be there. And anyway, thanks so much for watching. I can't wait to get my pumpkins and spice journal done for you so you can see it. Like I said, it's going to be clean. It won't be grungy. It's going to be that nice, crisp, clean looking journal. So that will be a really nice, fun one. And so anyway, guys, have a great day, and I will catch you in the next video.